compassion isn't weakness. Compassion is Christ-likeness. Hey everybody, Pastor Nicole here. Welcome to our Midweek Moment. That's a line from my sermon this past Sunday where we were talking about how to detox our souls through practicing compassion. And I think a lot of times in our world, compassion is seen as weakness, or it's seen as foolishness, or it's seen as turning a blind eye to the real problem. And I just don't think that that's true. I think that compassion is a spiritual discipline that we as Christians are called to live out in our daily lives. Now, you might think, compassion can't change the world, Pastor Nicole, but I beg to differ. Because Jesus was a compassionate person. He lived out compassion, and he most certainly changed the world and continues to change the world through the actions of his followers. So compassion can change the world, but it can feel really impossible for us individuals to change the world through compassion. But that doesn't mean that we can't change the world. So let me share a little story. On Sunday, we packed 140 lunches for Willow, which is a nonprofit in Peoria that works with people who are experiencing homelessness. And so they took those lunches and they handed them out. And I just got a text back from a person at Willow who is telling me, you would not believe how excited these friends were to receive a lunch with a sandwich that had meat and cheese on it. They get peanut butter almost every single day, sometimes for months on end. They're just eating peanut butter. So they were so excited to have something different. Friends, that is compassion changing somebody's world. That is compassion reaching somebody and showing them that they are loved, cared for, thought about. That's so important. So while we may think compassion can't change our world, we're not going to change our government leaders, our world leaders by being compassionate. But I think that we are. Because when we are compassionate to one person, it may not change the whole world, but it changes that person's world. And that is the way of Jesus. That is how Jesus lived his life. He was compassionate to one person and it changed their world, and another person and it changed their world, and another person and it changed their world, until they went and shared compassion with more people. And so it just kind of radiated out, right? It's an incredible model. Jesus wasn't a world leader with power and money and all of this, influence over millions of people. He just loved one person at a time. He showed compassion to one person at a time. And that, my friends, is how he changed the world. So as you go about your work this week, find somebody to show compassion to. Yeah, it may not change our world in an instant, but it's going to change that person's world. And it will radiate out in ways that you may not even get to see, or you may not ever understand. But that's okay, because it is making a difference. Go be compassionate, my friends.